crypto is dead again.
Says there is like the Black Friday for Bitcoins.
Bitcoin blockchain is only for criminals.
Crypto is more convenient than fiat money. Buy more crypto and use it more often. 10 euros brought you 12,000 euros.
I've been using crypto casinos instead.
Hello everyone, and it's HodlFM again with you. I'm Tanya, your host, and we're back from Sigma in Rome, and we're still following up on the topic of iGaming and crypto. And today we have a super special guest who is a pro at both topics of iGaming and crypto, Mikael Olsson. And he's also the founder of Cryptovaluta-guiden, which is the biggest media outlets in the Nordics. Hello, Mikael, and thank you for joining us. I hope I spelled the media outlet correctly.
Yeah, not really, but good enough. Cryptovaluta-guiden in Swedish. It's like the cryptocurrency guide in English. So yeah, it's good enough for not being a Swedish native.
Thank you, but I was doing my best. Maybe to start with, you could tell a little bit about your background and how come you were pro at iGaming business and in crypto at the same time.
Yeah, okay. Really quick background. I started my first online company 25 years ago. That was in online recruitment, targeting healthcare. I did that for 10 years. And then when I sold it, I got into SEO and digital marketing since I've been working with that for a couple of years. And pretty fast, I realized my SEO skills was really good for like iGaming, affiliate marketing and stuff. I was visiting a fair in Lisboa in Portugal like 7 years ago. I got in touch with a couple of very odd exhibitors called IG Markets and Plus 500. I asked them, hey, what are you doing here? This is a casino fair. And then they told me about their trading platforms and stuff. I went back to Sweden. I thought maybe we should have something more than only like old school casino and stuff. And yeah, after a couple of days, I got interested in the crypto space, realized that we have no like news media, easy to read and understand media in the Nordics. So I had just got lucky with this a bit hard to spell for foreigners, Cryptovaluta-guiden, but it's like a premium domain in Swedish. And yeah, it was like 7 years ago, pretty much on this day. We got online, but yeah, pretty much following the Bitcoin price going up, a couple of dips, and over time doing really well.
Thank you so much. So what can you say about what's happening right now? Because right now we see that the price is really going down, and some people are thinking that this is the dip for the next pump, and someone is thinking that the bull cycle is already over and we're entering the bear market right now. So what can you say from the interest of your readers? Does the price impact actually right now the interest of how people are Googling and searching about crypto and Bitcoin?
Yeah, it's pretty much Swedish people believe that crypto is dead again for the last couple of weeks, but that's gonna turn back up again. From my point of view, it's just another bump in the road, a bit bigger than for a couple of years probably, but then again we had this all-time high for like a month ago, so it's obviously a big dip from 126 to below 100, but I think it's a bump in the road after a couple of years of really good and steady increase in the price, and it's a lot because of the sudden fear of overpricing in the AI sector, combined with a couple of other macro news the other week that created a lot of tension and anxiety in the market.
Yeah,
But
hopefully.
I see it primarily as another buy the dip possibility.
Yeah, everyone says there is like the Black Friday for Bitcoin, so you should buy into before it's super late. But this cycle is a little bit different from what we've seen before because we have institutions. I was actually personally expecting that it would be main narrative of this cycle would be AI and crypto, but apparently the institutions are bigger, the institutional interest and everything is about like institutions going crypto. Right now, this is what everyone is discussing, and this is what is forming probably the price right now, because institutional interest is very big. Probably it's big in the US. What can you say about Europe, and what can you say about Sweden? How is it like with interest to crypto compared to other countries? What can you say about Sweden?
Yeah, Sweden is really interesting when it comes to crypto and blockchain Web3 adoption, especially since we were like number one in both telecom and internet in the mid and late 90s. We were really good in the forefront of new technologies. But now we have like 7% adoption in the population, and that's the lowest number in the Nordic countries and probably in all of Europe, except for maybe Andorra or the Vatican State, maybe. So that's a bit confusing since we have always been a nation to adopt and drive new technologies. I don't really have an answer, but we have like zero interest and support from the government. So that might be one thing.
So you think that one of the reasons why retail people are not really interested in crypto is zero interest from the government? And what can you say about MiCA law? Is the European law which has been adopted quite recently, and everyone is saying that it is a Bitcoin killer, and they're trying to normalize crypto just as like fiat money, and they're trying to do like with crypto exchanges the same things that they're doing with the banks. What can you say about this?
Yeah, that's like two different ideas. If you were like a really Bitcoin maximalist from back in 2009, I guess you're really afraid of this development. I wasn't. I didn't know about Bitcoin back then. But if you believe that you need to have regulations to get proper adoption, which I do, then it's going to be all good, and then we can all be like a bit negative and bitter because now the government and the banks are taking over, and the US is leading the way with their new regulations and massive adoption. The MiCA stuff is, as we all know, a lot slower, not fully implemented yet, but we've seen, just from our point of view, a lot of like global exchanges reaching out to us and asking for help to do marketing in Sweden and Scandinavia. And I think the more big exchanges and talks about regulations and crypto is actually legit, the more people in the Nordics are also going to adopt it.
So you think that that MiCA is actually good for the Nordics region because like people like from the mentality of people they like so that everything would be regulated, would be done like the way it should be done. So it's not about having like those like true crypto people who don't believe in like government and who don't want to disclose their private information and stuff.
Exactly, and we also it's not only the like non-existing interest from the like government politicians, the mainstream media in Sweden and all the Nordic countries. What they have been doing when it comes to crypto is once a month they're pushing out some disaster in crypto and look at this, it's a scam. Insightful media coverage for this industry, and also part of the Nordics being really high taxable countries. We are used to paying taxes and doing everything by the book, combined with really negative media coverage. So a lot of people still thinks that Bitcoin blockchain is only for criminals and it's going to be get banned.
And what about mining? Mining is big in the Nordics region. It's probably the biggest in Europe, I think. If we're talking about mining in Europe, it's probably Nordics are the biggest part for the mining. Is it still as big as it used to be? And why does it happen like this?
Yeah, it's pretty big. I think, especially in the northern parts of Norway and northern parts of Sweden, because for the simple reason that the price for electricity is really low. So I live in Stockholm, in the southern parts of Sweden. We have a lot higher prices for energy than like a 1 hour flight up north. When there it's really really cheap, and that's where we see couple of big companies and foreign companies establishing mining centers to do Bitcoin mining.
Are they still establishing it, or is it just like already an established thing and it's not growing anymore, if you know this?
It's not that big a thing in Sweden. Again, because of the politicians' lack of knowledge. They actually think that Bitcoin is a really big consumer of electricity, and for some reason they have missed out that AI is 1,000 times higher in this area. And in Norway, where we have a lot more mining companies, it's the same thing. The politicians are worried about, these mining companies, they use a lot of electricity. We should ban them. But that's why I think MiCA is going to convince the politicians that okay, it's regulated, it's fine, it's the same for all the EU countries. Now we have to take another stance and see the positives with this industry. It could actually attract more jobs, and that's interesting for most politicians.
Yeah, I believe that for any country it's interesting when you can create more jobs. And now let's switch to iGaming part. And it's interesting that iGaming is really huge in Nordics region. It's probably, if we're talking about Europe, it's the biggest region for iGaming, and any iGaming company, whenever they start their marketing activities, they try to target heavily in the Nordics region. Why? What is the reason for this?
Yeah, that's also because of the politicians, but in a positive way. Especially in Sweden, we have this state lottery and gaming company started in the 1870s. That had a monopoly for 120 years, and for just before the millennia, that was opening up for private companies, and then a lot of Swedish entrepreneurs started betting companies like Unibet, Betsson, Betfair, lots and lots of online casinos and betting companies. So we have a really high adoption of gaming, betting, casino in Sweden, thanks to the history and the monopoly for 120 years for Svenska Spel, as they are called. And they are still the number one player in the market, even though they're not the best.
And why is it so that online side of things is more attractive, as far as I understand? Like online iGaming companies are more successful than the offline ones. Like people just like to sit at home, or is it like from the mentality of people that they like to socialize, or they like to sit at home? So why is it so that online, because you don't get any experience, you're just clicking a button?
That's a really good question. I've never heard it before, but the answer is might seem really bizarre for you not being from Sweden, and that it's because we don't have any offline casinos. It has always been forbidden, but at the millennia, Svenska Spel, this government, huge government betting company, they got permission to open 3 casinos offline, but now they only have 1 left. So we have 1 casino in all over Sweden.
tons of online iGaming companies,
So
which is
I
interesting.
never thought about it, but that's of course a big thing why we do it online a lot in Sweden.
And right now, iGaming is going crypto a lot. In many countries, they are just switching to crypto, or
Yeah.
they're just adding crypto payments. On one hand, this is happening because the audience in the mentality of people who are casino players and crypto investors is quite more or less similar, because these people like risks. And does
Yeah.
the iGaming popularity is actually helping to spread the adoption of crypto in some way for the people? Is it a kind of the thing which is moving the crypto forward, or what do still people prefer when it comes to crypto investments and iGaming?
Yeah, exactly. Good question. Yeah, like I guess in most countries, or like every country in the world, the main number one target group is guys between 18 and 30, 35 maybe. Like for instance, my son turned 18 4 years ago, and on his birthday he opened an account at Binance and an account at the Unibet, one of the first online casinos in Sweden. So I think the adoption is coming really from the young people. All the youngsters are into crypto, and a lot of them, especially guys, are into betting, football, hockey, esports, and tennis, especially. So, and as they grow up, the adoption keeps getting higher and higher. And it's a good thinking that since young people start trading with crypto when they turn 18, they also tend to move to crypto casinos a lot more than like 40, 50 or 60-year-olds.
And do you personally do you gamble?
Yeah, not much, but on tennis, because I believe I'm going to win, actually go in a positive way when I bet on tennis. And I used to use these old school Swedish casinos like Betsson, but for like the last maybe 12, 15 months, I've been using crypto casinos instead.
Why have you decided to switch to crypto casinos?
Yeah, because they are a little bit better than the old ones. I can get better bonuses, more bonuses, because that's also regulated in Sweden. An old school casino can just offer like 500 kronas in bonus, and only once as well. And also I think it's better payouts, faster payouts, and like better for a player.
So generally, still crypto is more convenient than fiat money, because
Yeah,
everything is
exactly.
fast and easy.
Yeah, and then I actually had like amazing win on a tennis bet like half a year ago. I didn't realize it for like a week because I didn't check back on the account. And then I got some problem to get this like 12k euros into my regular bank account. It took like a week or something.
That's a long time. And what was your biggest win?
Yeah, it was that one, like 12k euros, but that was a combination of 10 matches, so it was a good odds.
And how big was the odd, if I may ask?
Yeah, it was like 100 kronas.
100 kronas. So from
Like
100 kronas, you got
10,
12,000 K.
10 euros. Yeah, exactly.
10 euros brought you 12,000 euros. Wow, that's a cool win. And what was your biggest loss?
Biggest loss, 50k.
Wow.
50 euros. 50 euros.
Oh, 50 euros. So when it
Yeah.
comes also to mentality of people like in Sweden, like in generally Nordic region playing gambling, do they try to add a lot of money when they try to bet, or is it just happening like in small portions? Maybe you know this information.
I guess no difference from any market. It's like 1 in 200 that are really big players that
Okay.
spend like thousands of euros. Most people can't afford spending that much, and yeah, we also have this government stuff in Sweden which forbids these old school casinos. If they see a player that are betting for like thousands of euros a week, they have to like flag them in their internal system and tell them, hey, maybe you're betting too much, maybe you should seek help, and blah blah blah. So that's also probably a unique thing in Sweden.
I see. This is good and good, Mikael. Let's wrap it up. And to finalize it, I wanted to ask you, what do you think about generally like next steps about development of crypto and iGaming in Sweden?
Yeah, I think developing of iGaming, probably some of the biggest players might apply for a Swedish license, because none of the crypto casinos have a Swedish license for betting. Of course, they don't need it because they're based in Curacao or Malta or whatever. But if they would do that, they would also get a lot more possibilities to do marketing in old school media and get it more like be more regulated and okay for this for the Nordics
And do you think MiCA will generally help this growth and development of iGaming businesses like who are accepting crypto payments?
yeah, for sure. Everything that gets things legit and regulated is only positive for the big picture for any company, exchanges or new crypto projects or crypto casinos. It's gonna open up this Nordic markets, since we are so used to government policies and rules and regulations. I only see positives with MiCA.
Hopefully it will get bigger and the adoption will be much wider, especially like in the Nordic region, because I hope that people will just generally buy more crypto and use it more often, because it's much more convenient. Thanks a lot, Mikael. It was Mikael Olsson with us, and we're wrapping it up. So don't forget to like this video, share it, and write your comments. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks.